Easter's so much fun. Baskets of candy, decorative eggs, and even the microwaving of Peeps. But have you looked at a calendar lately? Because this year, Easter falls on April Fool's Day. Everyone is happy to see those cream-filled eggs start popping up at the store. But after you pull this off, that might not be the case next year. Introducing the Mayonnaise Cream Egg, an insufferable blend of 2 parts chocolate and 1 part what on earth. Let's make one. First, you'll need to unwrap the cream egg as carefully as possible, as this will preserve the wrapper. Make sure to grab a pair of gloves and tweezers, because this will be gross enough without your grubby fingers all over them. Once you've freed the egg from its foil, you'll need to carefully split it in half. You'll find a little seam right down the center that, with a bit of poking and prodding, will crack the egg right open. Grab a spoon and carefully remove most of the creamy filling. Be sure to leave a little behind, as we'll need it to glue the shells back together later. Now go ahead and get yourself that delicious mayo and start filling up your egg. Use as much as you want. We went a little overboard, but that'll be taken care of in a second. Get a little scoop of the original cream on your finger and put a nice layer around the edges of the eggshell. This will act as an adhesive and hold the 2 sides together. Alright, grab a paper towel and wipe away the excess mayo or cream so that the chocolate morsel appears as normal. Lay that wrapper out on a table and wrap your egg back up to the best of your abilities. It's almost impossible to rewrap these things to look perfect, so the best plan of action is to mix your finished egg with some normal ones. When you're done, go ahead and add it to your lovely Easter basket and wait for someone to grab it. Who doesn't love a nice relaxing bath bomb to soothe your skin with some satisfyingly scented suds? Well, me. So let's take that normally calming experience and amp it up with some sensory overload. We call it the Stinky Bath Bomb. You'll need some essential oils, baking soda, Epsom salt, citric acid, some cornstarch, maybe a little bit. No, get that out of here, too intense. Pour half a cup of the baking soda into a measuring cup. Follow that up with a 1/4 cup of citric acid, a 1/4 cup of Epsom salts, and everyone's favorite, a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Put that entire mixture in a bowl and give it the business end of a whisk until everything starts to get nice and blended. Now you'll need a way to make this all stick together, so we need some liquids. Any type of cooking oil will do, but we used a tablespoon of olive oil to get our bath bomb glue started. Follow that up with a single teaspoon of water. Then add 15 drops of essential oil to give everything a nice, pleasant smell. Don't worry, this will only cover for the main ingredient that we'll get to in just a second. Mix the liquid directly into the powder, slowly if possible. You'll notice some fizzing, and that's totally okay. Won't ruin anything, and also lets you know that your concoction is operating within normal parameters. Bust out the whisk again and go to town. Try and get rid of any clumps, bumps, and humps until you have something that looks and feels a bit like slightly damp sand. Now this mixture will work as is, but if you really want to get into the holiday spirit, split your powder up into 3 bowls. Now add some food coloring to each. Obviously, these will all need to be stirred up quite a bit to make it look good. Now get yourself a plastic Easter egg and pack the bottom half super tight with one of your powders. Really cram it all in there and leave almost no room left. With your finger, push down and make a small divot in the compressed powder, because here comes the secret ingredient, onion powder. Fill in the divot with the powder until it looks like a nice yolky center. How festive. Push that down as well and cover it with a bit more powder on top to conceal your intentions. Go ahead and fill the top portion of the egg with the rest of your powder. The only remaining step is to blend these 2 halves in unholy matrimony. Take the 2 ends and shove them together to close up the egg. Place your mold somewhere dry and let it harden overnight. If you're looking for a more immediate use, you can also pop them in the freezer for about 15 minutes. We went ahead and made a few of these to use up all our colors. Once everything's hardened, here's a quick way to remove the stink bomb from the shell. Tap it lightly all around the sides with the back of a spoon and slowly twist the shells apart. If you did it right, you'll have an egg-shaped bath bomb with a hidden payload. Let's see how they do. We went ahead and gave the red one first dibs on the clear bath water. In you go. Initially, everything will smell wonderful, just like the essential oil you added. But when it splits apart, the fun really begins. Here, let's add insult to injury with a nice blue splash of color and some extreme stink. We had no idea just how potent this was going to be, so consider yourself warned. This will get the bathroom smelling like you've been boiling onions all day long, but we still weren't satisfied. We whipped up another batch of stinky powder, only this time we put it into an eggshell about 5 times larger. Check this mammoth out. Let's toss it into the tub as well. Woo, look at that go. Quite a fizzler there. The reaction is fast, intense, and extremely stinky. The only thing that it has going for it is that it looks kind of like the slime from Ghostbusters 2, so Lord Vigo would be proud. And to wrap this up with a quick one, what's Easter without Peeps? Sure, you can microwave them and enjoy the show, or you can inject them with taco sauce and cleverly place them into an Easter basket. Let's do that one. Get yourself a nice lineup of Peeps, some sauce of your choice, and a food injector. Fill up your injector with your sauce and carefully plug each Peep with some spice. You can go ahead and hit them all one by one right down the line. Don't worry about leaks though. Once you've filled up all the Peeps, just grab a paper towel and wipe away any excess. The marshmallowy core of the Peeps will end up closing off the hole, so all you gotta do is have yourself a little test snack. Look at that deliciousness. If you're satisfied with the sweet and savory flavor, put them back in the Easter basket and place it within plain view to attract its unwitting victims. So there you have it, 3 simple Easter pranks for April Fool's Day. As always, use your best judgment and expect repercussions for your pranking actions. From all of us at Household Hacker, we'd like to wish you a happy Easter and a successful April Fool's Day. We'll see you next time.